Hello everyone, welcome to the season 6, no, oh my god, round 6 here in Fortune Racing. Let me get the game sound working, there we go. We're on board with Max. He is in the Aston Martin and he's on his outlap for qualifying. It's a wet quali, it looks like it's going to be a wet race as well here in Catalonia. And it should be a fun one. Hopefully, yeah, it should be a good one. It should be a good one. I'm sorry, my game keeps stabbing out because I am so excited with the sound settings. It looks like it's just getting wet, so I do think, you know, getting out at the start should be probably the best. As also the Red Bull of Visitor, he is also starting his lap. But let's go back on board with Max as he starts his lap here in the nice rainy Spain. He gets a bit of impeded, but the Williams goes straight off the track. That's what we love to see. Turn 1, turn 2, really clean, even though he did have 2 cars in his way. Coming around turn 3, really nice line. You really want to try and maximize the exit speed, but also make sure you don't compromise that line and go wide into those track limits. Obviously, it's wet, so you may want to be taking a different line, but it looks like, yeah, he's taking a bit of a wetter line here as he doesn't really hit that apex. I don't know if that was intentional or on purpose, but it's really nice to see. Now, if this is your guys' first time ever tuning into a Fortune Racing Wicked Wednesday championship race, I will give you a bit of a background. So, Wicked Wednesdays, it's a realistic car performance league. There is no Constructors' Championships because the car that you are placed in for the round is based on the championship results. So that is why you have Tyrant King, who leads the way in the championship. He is in this AlphaTauri, where you may have someone like Fooling, who's in that Scuderia Ferrari, and, you know, he may be low down in the standings, but Max, he comes across the line, he sets a 1:22.973, it's a really nice lap, it may go faster, it may get drier here in qualifying, and that may be the important stage there. Could be time to improve. He did get impeded going into that turn 1. I don't know if it was that bad, and he also did have to overtake his teammate. So he's going to be in on his in lap. There's a lot of people on a fast lap here. I think we go on board with, we'll go on board with Fooling, actually, as you spoke about him earlier. He is, I think he's coming around turn 4 now. And, oh, it looked like he got a bit loose there. It looked like he kind of went on the grass, but I don't think he did. Let's go on board with him, actually. He goes for that, nice apex corner. He's going to be behind the Astons. If he catches up, maybe he'll be able to get some slipstream onto this straight coming up. But, oh, he loses the rear. Come through the chicane, and, oh, he's spun. That's not going to be good for him. He's going to need to do a really safe rejoin as the Mercedes comes by. Anyone else coming by Fooling? Yeah, there was a Haas, but I don't think anyone else. Vista coming around the second to final corner now. Final corner, this is gonna really be important that he gets that exit speed coming to the line. What's it gonna be? Will it be pole? Yes, it will. It goes pole by 1.2 seconds. And what a lap it was. It was really nicely done. Obviously, we didn't go on board with him, but it did seem like a good lap. Let's go on board with the Alpine driver. It's me, Ramo, yeah. He's coming through the sector 2 now. He revs into 5th, I think that was. I think he's going to be breaking around about the 100 meter board. Yeah, just before the 100 meters. Down to gear 3. Nice wide exit line. Helps get that traction down, which you need. You need to be able to get that traction down around this track. Because it's very high speed and it's all going to be about that exit speed. But I think he actually bailed out of this lap because he was weaving instead of on that straight. Yeah, he's going into the pits, so I think he did maybe invalidate in a further area. But some that I didn't talk about was Asteroid. He's only gone, I think, yeah, he's only gone 1200 slower than Visitor in that Aston Martin. That will be good. And, oh, Max was a bit on the line there, but luckily I don't think his teammate Asteroid was on a lap. Now let's go on board with the championship leader Tyrant in this oh my god, in this Alpha Tauri. Come through the chicane. It's all going to be about, yes, really nice clean line there. I need to learn the corner names because that would really help me out. The Aston Martin ahead gets out of his way, and Tyrant opts to use none of the slipstream. He may have been a bit too far back, and also looking, Colo Rocco, he goes P4 with 22.3. But back with Tyrant King, let's go on to this TV broadcast cam. Round the final corner now, it's really going to be about maximizing that exit speed on the exit of the corner. What will it be? He comes across the line now and he goes pole by 5/10. What a lap. Love to see, but oh, Fallen goes 2 seconds faster. That was really lovely to see. Obviously, we didn't go on board, but Tyrant King, so we know there's time to find, and it looks like the track is getting drier as Fallen. He started his lap later, so we had a lot more drier track to work with, and that's lovely to see. As you now see, the Williams driver of Milano Games, he's on a lap, but oh, the Mercedes of Matthew, he goes pole by a 1/10 over Fallen. DRS is now enabled, so yeah, it is getting drier now, so you will see a lot more cars coming out to do their laps, I think. Milano, he's in this sector 2 now, sector 3 actually. And it's going to be about getting a good exit. As he does, he gets a really nice exit out of second and third to final corner. Round the final corner now, what's it going to be? Let's go fully on board. Doesn't take the full exit card, but what will it be? It will be P3. It will be good enough for P3. He's a second down on P2, but he is roughly 5 times ahead of the championship leader, Tyrant King. Also, something that I didn't speak about was BPA. He went to P5, and it looks like he's also on a fast lap here. I think so, as I think he's using his ERS, as we see here. It is going down, I think, or he could be on an out lap. I think it's a fast lap he's on. He's going to be looking to improve. The track is getting drier. I think he may box, actually, and go onto those soft compound tyres, as there is a yellow flag somewhere. Where is that yellow flag? I must find that yellow flag. Hold up. I think there was a... Oh, yeah, it was BPA. He's retired from the session. Or what happened there? That was not good. He's retired, and that will not be great for him. Let's hope no one else will be able to improve, but there's 5 minutes left in the clock, so I think everyone will be able to improve here. It's Chocolate now coming out of the pits. He's going to, start his out lap here. And I think Gibbs on a fast lap. Yes, he is. He's on those inters when it's fully dry. So will he opt to box? There's actually 9 minutes left. My bad. I did say 5 minutes a few seconds ago, but it's actually 9. Let's get a really nice clean line actually through this sector 3 area, but I do think he's not going to be fully on pace. Yeah, as he loses the rear, oh, he's fully spun into the wall he goes, he loses the front wing, and that's just not something you want to see, but it's so hard to get the traction down on the inter tyres in the dry, but at least he knows, yeah, it's dry, it's time to go onto these soft compound tyres. Milano, he's on these inters, he's going to probably box here. Tyrant King, also on the inters, is he starting a lap? I don't know, but he did go pole. Ah, he was already on a lap. I see now, I see. Yeah, he's gone pole. He's gone faster by 2.3 seconds. That is really lovely to see. The championship leader, even though he's in the Alfa Romeo, he's still able to perform, and that's something you want to be seeing from a championship contender. And obviously, he's leading. I think he has a lead of 17 points, which is lovely to see. Let's go on board with Jack. He's in this Alfa Romeo, meaning he's up near the top. I think he's P6 in the championship standings here. He's getting impeded, by, I think that is Milano. He's getting impeded by that, but let's hope Jack's not on a fast lap, but I think he is, as, yeah, the ERS is being used. Round the final corner now, slight lift of the throttle, he comes across the line. What will it be? It'll be pole! 12.3, he's gone 5 seconds faster than Tyrant King, but Tyrant King was on those intermediate set of tyres, which is nice to see. Well, not really nice to see, you know, but I think Tyrant, yeah, he's coming into the box now. He's going to really rush to get on those softs, maybe wait for the track to more dry, but he spins into the entry of the pit, but luckily he did save it, which is nice to see. But I do think, hold up, did he lose a front wing there? I don't know. Matthew, in the Mercedes. Oh my god, I'm burping. The Mercedes of Matthew, he's coming around the final corner to start his lap. It's all about the exit speed down this really long straight. I want to say it's in the top 5 longest straights in the F1 calendar. It's a great overtaking opportunity. I won't be surprised if we see a lot of moves going into turn 1 here in the race and in the sprint race, because obviously Round 6 is a sprint race here in this circuit Barcelona. It's really hugging that inside apex, which I think is the line. Coming around turn 4, let's go into this TV broadcast cam. A lot of people behind are improving as It's Chocolate goes to P2 by 0.05 of a second. That's really close. Guren Jamie, he's on those, what tires is he on? He's on the soft compound tires, and he goes to a 15.5. And it's Ramo, he's also on those soft compound tires. He went to a 15 flat. Are these guys on a fast time, or did they make a mistake? Because these times, you know, as Rocco, there we go, my bad, I'll get there in a minute. He's gone with a 13.1. I'm faster than that. Alright, I've got 12 flat, so, you know, but anyway, the track is evolving. It's still slightly damp, I believe, so, you know, that's probably, better. Why? But Matthew, he sets an 11.8 here in qualifying. What a lap that is. That is maybe pole. Maybe pole if we don't see anyone improve here. Asteroid, he's probably going to be looking out to come out soon. Visitor, he's also out, but, oh, that's weird. He was on the grass, and he's got a really bad entry to the start. He's improved by 5 seconds, but I don't know, was that smart? I don't know what happened there. I think we will find out soon, but Matthew is right now provisional pole. 5 minutes left on the clock, and I don't think anyone is really on a lap. Guren Jamie, I think, could be on a lap. As we see, no, they are flashing. They have the ERS off, so they are not flat. They are not on a lap. Max, he's improved to a 12.9. This puts him P4. And this may be a nice battle for the lead. Maybe for pole. I think we will be seeing Tyrant come out of the box in a minute. Maybe around about the 2-minute mark. Because that's when the track would be at its utmost grip. And at its utmost driest. Probably. Because, you know, he's given the track time to dry up. He's given the track time to get grip from the other people on those Pirelli soft tires to just go around the track and get that grip up. But as you see, everyone is now boxing here. Will Visitor box as well? Was he opting to stay out? He's opting to stay out. He's on a fast lap. He's gone down to gear 5. Is he on a lap? Will he improve? He does improve to a 13.5. That puts him P6 in this Oracle Red Bull car. He's now flashing. He's going to be boxing this lap as he's also cautioned. I think he's got no more fuel. That may be the issue. Yeah, as you see him cutting. Yeah, he's probably got a bit of an issue there. 3 people just need to set a lap. Is Cube Tom, Just Erin, I think, and Ali Star. Ali Star's still in the box. Cube Tom, he is on the outlap, but let's go on board with the Williams of Just Erin E. I may be butchering this name. I'm just going to say Just Erin. Anyway, let's go on board with the Williams driver. Coming into sector 3 now. This corner is really important that you get a good line, good exit. Down to gear 3, I think, yeah. Nice, easy on the traction. Perfectly on the traction, I want to say. This may be contention for that top 10 spot. Could knock someone out here. Round the final corner now. Dropping it down to 6th, down the throttle, just almost invalidated. What will it be? It'll be only P9. But there could be time to find somewhere. There could be time to find. As the Williams does go to a 15.7. P9 for a Williams is not bad. As remember, guys, this is realistic car performance. It's not equal. It's realistic. As now, let's go on board with Cube Tom as they start their lap. Well, not really start. They've just exited sector 1. They're in sector 2 now. This corner is really important about not using too much curb, but using just enough where it kind of helps you around the corner. This is a very weird corner. Anyway, coming onto this relatively long straight, the DRS. There's only 2 DRS straights here in the Circuit de Barcelona. That straight, the set, and the start-finish straight. Nice line. Only went down to gear 4. I think that's better because you can maybe get that rotation down and get the pad down sooner. Almost invalidates there. Coming around the second to final corner, flat. Then it's going to be a lift. No, he does that flat. He drops the gear. This could be a good lap. Will it be pole though? No, but it's good enough for P4. It's a really good lap. It's a 12.4. That could maybe keep him into that top 5, maybe top 7 range. We're going to start seeing a lot more people come out. As you see, loads of people on their outlaps now. Tyrant King, Fallen, Milano, Jack, Matthew, Chocolate, Colo. Something happened to Ramo. I don't know what happened. I think he retired into those pits, but he's DNF'd here, and he's also left the session. So maybe, does he have internet issue? Ali Stars also retired from the session from the pits, so maybe they're doing a last the first challenge in that Red Bull car. Anyone starting a lap here? No one is on a lap. I think everyone will be going back into the pits as their qualifying may be over. As they're not on a fast lap, they've got minimal ERS, but let's go maybe Colo Rocco. Yeah, Rocco's on a lap here. He's got that 50% ERS. Coming round into sector 2 now. We lose slightly too early on that throttle, losing that rear end. Down to gear 4. This is the optimal gear for that set of chicane. This gear is literally flat out in that 6th gear. Make sure he's going to get the slipstream off the Aston ever so slightly. Coming into sector 3 now. Nice clean line. Hits that apex beautifully. On the power right there now. Up to gear 5. The other thing's down to gear 3. Let's go into this TV broadcast cam. He's got a Mercedes in front of him. There is only one Merc cars here today. But obviously, no, it's my bad. It was a Haas in front of him. As he also improves, I think he went from P7 to P5. He improves to a 12.8 in an Alpine. That is good. If you think about it, in an Alpine, a midfield car, that's good. As qualifying is now over, Rocco has time to set another lap, but I think let's go on board with the championship leader, Tyrant King. He's leading the way in Wicked Wednesday Championship. And I think he could have a chance to maybe get pole here. But Jack does go to pole. He's got provisional pole here. He's got 11.5. As he goes pole by 3 times over Matthew. But hold your horses, guys. Tyrant King coming around the final corner. What will it be? He crosses the line now. Will it be pole? No. It's only good enough for P5. But in and out for Tauri in this F1 23 game, it's now P6 as Falling improves to an 11.8 and It's Chocolate goes to an 11.9. But Tyrant King, a 12.4 in and out for Tauri ain't too shabby. Matthew retires from the session. Cube, boxing. Rocco, boxing. Max comes from the final corner. Does that flat, I want to say. Maybe a tad lift. Coming to cross the line, only improves up 1 position. He improves over Rocco and goes to P8 with a 12.7. No one else is on for qualifying run here. So, as it stands, guys, your top 5 is Jack, Matthew, Fallen, It's Chocolate, and Asteroids. Oh, that was not too bad qualifying. So, no more time remaining. Just people going into the box now. We're just waiting for... don't know what's happened here. We've got a few retirees. I don't know if we are getting a lobby reset. Hopefully we're not, because we don't really want one. But, It's Chocolate. He's in P4. He has a chance to win here. He's on pace with those front runners, but Jack in the Alfa Romeo kick car, he's set an 11.5. He's 0.2 tenths faster than Matthew, who is in a Mercedes. So, you know, he's in an Alfa Romeo. He will maybe struggle during, you know, the tire phases. I think we're going to have a really nice battle between the top 5 for that first position. We may even see Tyrant come into it. He's in the AlphaTauri car. He may struggle. I don't know what the AlphaTauri car is better than around this track. But you know what? He's done well for getting that that P6 in that AlphaTauri car. Groon Jamie, the other Alfa Romeo kick car, he's down into P14, and then obviously you saw there was a few people on those intermediate compound tyres, because they didn't set a lap on those soft compounds, so they're going to be at a disadvantage here, but maybe they'll have an advantage, because maybe they'll be able to use those soft compounds in that main race. But as we get ready, we will be loading in to the sprint race here in here in round 6 of the Wicked Wednesday championship. Now, it is going to be a wet sprint race. So, are we going to be getting dry setups or are we going to get wet setups? I do think, as it looks right now, the forecast, it looks like it is going to be a wet thingy, but I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be a wet sprint race. I think it's going to be wet fully for the sprint race. I don't think there'll be any chance of it solely drying. As we are still waiting for some players. I don't know if we are getting a lobby reset or not. I haven't got any anything saying that we do, as we don't, but we are here at the grid. Is it a formation lap? Oh, as Matthew's disqualified from the session, but yeah, it is going to be a formation lap. So this will give the drivers some time to warm up those tyres, but I don't know what happened with Matthew there, but he is disqualified from the race. So I'm hoping, no, not from the race, from the formation lap. I'm hoping he's not disqualified from the actual race. But as it stands, your top 3 in the championship standings are Tyrant, Gib, and Finn. So, you know, Tyrant can maybe extend that championship lead. Obviously, Gib here, he's the other AlphaTauri driver. He kind of went under my radar during the qualifying, but he's qualified well. P10 in that AlphaTauri car, which is considered the slowest car around this track. It may look like it's drying up. Let's go on board with Gib on the formation lap, as no rain is still massively pouring here in rain is still massively pouring here in the circuit about Barcelona. I think it'll be a nice race here. You know, it's 14 corner. No, let me quickly fact check that. I think it's 14 corners. No, it's 14 corners. Which is, I want to say, it's one of the shortest tracks on the F1 calendar. It has had a few revamps to the layout, as the hairpin going into oh, Jack is disqualified from the grid start, which puts him back. I think he just went over to get that perfect start, and I think he's got that red, which I think a lot of drivers will be having, as yes, it's chocolate happened, Tyrant got it, Cube also got it, so they're all going to be pushed back a little, and I think Matthew kind of jump-started off here, as we still are waiting for some drives in the back to line up. But ladies and gentlemen, we are ready, we are getting ready here to get underway for season 3, round 6 of the Wicked Wednesday championship. As we go, I think the lights are being shown, as I, you know, can't really see that well. It's not really showing me. Yeah, lights are out, and away we go here in Spa. Not Spa, oh my god, in the circuit Barcelona. Let's go on board with Falling. He's falling down the order. It's Chocolate. Looks like he's going to be making some moves as we go into turn 1. Tyrant leads, Jack leads the way. Then Matthew, oh! Asteroid gets T-boned into turn 1. That puts literally the top 4 out of DRS slipstream range. As we also have a yellow sector 1 here. Let's go on board for this battle for P2. Tyrant has a 1.3 second gap. He's absolutely leaving these guys. Matthew has the inside line. He pushes Chocolate off, and Fallen will say thank you very much. He'll send it down the inside. Will Fallen also maybe have the slipstream? No. I thought he was going to have slipstream, but he will have the inside line coming through the chicane. Chocolate sent around the outside, and what a move it is. He moves up to P3 here. Let's go on board with the championship leader, Tyrant, as he's going to be hunting down Rocco. He's going to try and get past him to, you know, reach on the leaders and hope to get some of these good, sweet points. But Asteroid, he sends down the inside, and Tyrant tries to say, I'll switch back you. But no, he didn't get that power down soon enough, and Asteroid will take that position up to P6. I think this AlphaTauri may be struggling, as the other AlphaTauri driver is also struggling to get that throttle down. He's down into P16, but Jack leads the way. He's got the fastest lap. He's made a substantial lead of a gap here over Matthew, who's in P2, which is, you know, not weird, but kind of is, because he's in the Alfa Romeo. But, you know, Jamie makes a move on Gibb. I think, no, Visitor, but Visitor is into those pits. There's a caution in Sector 1. What's happened? Oh, the Haas of BPA has fallen, out of track. I think he may have got pushed. We will maybe see, maybe the, stewards will, don't know what happened there, but hopefully the stewards will have that under control. Cube Tom goes for a move on the championship leader, Tyrant King. Tyrant King's kind of fallen down the order. He started the race in P6 and he's really down to P5. He is still hunting down Cube Tom for this P9 position. I mean P8 position. And then there's a bit of a gap, and then you've got the two Williams drivers. You got Just Aaron and Milano. Then you got Ramo, Gwen, Jamie, and BPA. They are going side by side. I think Gwen, Jamie, oh my god, I'm saying Gwen when it's go on Jamie. Oh my god, I'm just gonna say Jamie from now on. I am so sorry. But anyway, BPA, he's also fallen down the order. He actually has some wing damage. He's lost the front right end plate of that Haas car. Willie up to box here on lap 3 as It's Chocolate, I think, makes a move on Fallen. Fallen almost loses the rear end, but he just taps the side pod of It's Chocolate and straightens out. All-Star now, he's ahead of Asteroid. Let's actually watch this battle for P6 as he's got Rocco and Cube on his tail. As Cube looks for a move down the inside of the Alpine driver as they go side by side here. And oh, he loses the rear, but will he go for a switchback? Yes, he does, and what a move it is on the Alpine driver. And then here comes Tyrant King. He's going to go side by side, coming through the chicane in Sector 2. And oh, the Alpine driver loses the rear, and they make contact. They make contact, which is something you don't want to see, but they do. No damage happened though, I don't think. Let's actually see. Oh no, I thought I didn't see the front end plate on the on Rocco's car, but there is a front end plate. There is an end plate. It looks like there's a few drivers struggling with the getting the traction down, as Fallen has made a gap over Chocolate when Chocolate was leading through the first chicane, but it's roughly 2 seconds and 2 seconds with Rocco. What's happened to Rocco? He's probably spun, I think, because of the wet weather. It may be getting to him as he's dropped down the order. He was P5 and now he's dropped all the way down to P11, which is just not, you know, it's not okay, but it is the sprint race as only the top 8 get points. So Tyrant King, he will get 1 point as it stands, as, you know, he kind of lost 2.9 seconds roughly with that contact with Rocco on lap 3 here in Circuit de Barcelona. All-Star has made up a lot of ground over It's Chocolate. I mean, Alistar started near the back of the grid, if I am right. But I think he got moved up a little. But he's making ground in this Oracle Red Bull car as he's in the slipstream range of It's Chocolate. And I think we may be seeing a move in the next coming corners. Asteroid is also there, but then there is a 1.3 second gap. So let's watch this battle for P4. For those, I want to say, I don't know how many points it will be. It will roughly be 4 points as Jack sets the fastest lap of all with 21.869. I think the track may be drying up here. Alistar, he's got the slipstream. Will he go for a move? He pulls alongside. Will he go for a move? Going into turn 1. He's already ahead before the apex. He doesn't come fully across, but yes, he will move up to P4. But will Asteroid get onto this action? Or will Chocolate fight back and get that P4 position back? Cube Tom is just on the outskirts of this, you know, this battle. And then he's got a 4 second gap over the championship leader, Tyrant King. Matthew. He's losing time to Jack, but he's also losing time to Falling. Is Falling good in the wet? I think Jack is very good in the wet, you know. From the get-go, in 5 laps, he's got a 3.4 second gap. But Falling, he's already gained 3 tenths roughly from when I just started spectating him. So he's kind of losing it through the corners, but on the straights he just gets it right back over this Mercedes. Alistar's made up already a 1.1 second gap. Will Chocolate, I think he's fallen down the order. He started in P3. Oh no, P4. And now he's down to P5. Will Asteroid, I think Asteroid made a bit of a mistake. But it's brought Tom in to this fight. Ramo moves down a position. Max moves up a position, but he's got a penalty, and so does Gibb. Gibbs had a massive comeback. He dropped to P16, and he's already back up to P13. There are 2 people that did box, I believe. There's a caution in Sector 3. Who is it on? There's another caution in Sector 3. Is there a spun car or something? I don't think so. Looking through. Max made a mistake as he lost 12 seconds on Ramo. So I think Max maybe lost the rear going into, I want to say, probably going into turn 12. But the fighting has kind of dived down here. I don't think there may be any more fighting really in this race. But I think the only fighting we will see is for this P5 position. It's a 3-car tussle. All separated by roughly 1.2 seconds here. I think they are all only separated by 1.2 seconds. Just want to quickly look at that. Asteroids, you know, he's keeping the same marginal gap between Chocolate and Cube, Tom, for, you know, the whole lap. But we will have, oh my god, we will have Slipstream come into effect here. So will he be able to maybe look for a move? He's 2 tenths away. Will he send it? No. He's calm and composed. He will get a better line on the exit of 2. And he's right on the rear wing of It's Chocolate. Will we look for maybe a move? He's going to have the slipstream. He pulls alongside. He goes for the send. He kind of backs out of it, though. Let's actually go on board with the Aston Martin driver. Let's hide the board. He's alongside. Will he be ahead? He's going to take the long way around. It looks like he locks up the front. And no. Oh! But Chocolate spun! Chocolate spun! No, I think what we may have seen is Chocolate took too much of that car, but that's brought Tyrant up a position. But Chocolate spun, and there's another, and that's Cube off. What has happened? A turn of events. These guys were all battling for that P5 spot, and now Tom's lost points. Aaron's moved up to that P8 spot. They will get 1 point for that Williams car, or for themselves, because obviously there's no Constructors' Championship. Tyrant's also moved up to P6. Cube Tom is battling with just Aaron. Or, yeah, just Aaron. So, you know. Sorry, just had to, you know, take a little bit of a breather there. But, oh, a lot of action just happened. In the first sector, we lost 2 cars. Corner after corner. We lost It's Chocolate, and then we lost Cube Tom. So this brings Tyrant up 2 positions, and he'll say thank you very much. And Asteroid, he's not going to be in a bit of a tussle, but Falling. Let's go on board with the Ferrari driver. He is ahead. And he takes P2 here. But this brings Alistar into the mix. Where has Alistar come from? He's having such a great race here. Or they are having such a great race here. Coming through the Sector 2 chicane, the Mercedes loses some of the grip, and Alistar will opt for that outside line. They get a bit of gravel on that front left tyre. That's not going to work around. You can't really go around the outside there. But, oh, you know, Falling, he's making a bit of a substantial gap here. In only a sector, he's got 1.3 seconds of a gap. And this is just helping Jack get away from the pack, get up. And, you know, if he makes maybe a mistake, loses the rear, maybe spins a little, he'll be fine. He'll be able to take it back as Visitor loses a position down to Max for that P15 spot. But Alistar may be looking for a move. He's got the slipstream down this long straight. Will he pull alongside? Let's go on board. No, he's not. He's gone around the outside, though. He's got the car there. He's sending it, and he will keep his car there. Nice, calm, composed. He's got on the wet line, though. He will go around the outside. He'll go for a switchback move. He's got the inside line for turn 4. He will have the move done, but will they remain side by side? He's going to be on the dry line, meaning he will be able to get that traction down, and that is seen. PTSD for Matthew, though, because Fallen did the exact same move only 1 lap prior. And then, obviously, you know, so Matthew's gone down 2 positions. Luckily, this won't be the grid for the main race, only for points. He'll still get points, which is nice to see. But will this bring maybe Asteroid? Will this Tuffling and Fighting bring Asteroid into the mix for that P3 spot? Alistar has been making up substantial ground, absolutely cooking this sprint race, and I think they will be quite happy with P3. But there is there was a caution in sector 3. So what's happened here? I don't know, but Jamie, Jamie has got a nice 1.6. Second lead over Milano, Coolio, and Gibb. They are all fighting for this P11 spot here in this race. It may not be for points. It may be. For all I know, they may be doing top 10 for the sprint race. I think they may be doing the F1 styled points for the sprint race, but I don't know. I haven't looked at the standings yet, but it looks like there's not going to be any fighting. So let's stay with Rocco, who's got the P3 contender, the championship contender. In that P13 spot, yeah. No, Gibbs actually P2. He's got 36 points, and he's 17 points behind Tyrant, who is on 53 points. I'll read out the standings for you. Tyrant leads the way with 53 points. Then it's Gibb with 36. Then Finn Kit with 33. So there's only a 3-point gap there. And Jamie is on 33 points. So it's a tied P3. With 33 points. Then it's Micro with 27. Then Big Jobs, who is Jack. He's in P1 right now. And with these points, if it is 8 points will roughly put him 34 points, which will be good because Jamie's not going to be getting any points. Rocco spun. I don't know what's happened there, but Rocco's retired from the session. And Asteroid's gone off. This is not good. I said he could have been fighting for that P4 spot, but no. He's made a massive mistake. He's gone so wide on the exit of turn 13. But the battle for P5 is still here. It's between Tyrant and it's between It's Chocolate. It's Chocolate has fallen down the order quite substantially here in this sprint race. But I say but, will he be able to come back as Cube Tom looks on move? He's down the inside and he's ahead of Asteroids. But let's go for this orbital cam. Let's watch firsthand of the battle for the 4P5 here. Rocco has left the session. I think there was contact between Gibb and Milano, and they are ruffling and tuffling and having a battle. But Gibb leads the way and stays ahead. But 2/10 of a gap. Slipstream is very, very vital in this game, as we will see just the gain. But it's on the final lap here. Jack wins the sprint race in Circuit de Barcelona. Fallen comes in P2. Alistar will come in home in P3. Matthew will come home in P4. But is the final position for P5 yet to happen? Is Chocolate gonna have the speed on the exit of the final corner? No, he won't. And Tyrant King will come home in P5. Then it's Chocolate. Then it'll be Cube Tom. But Just Aaron could be looking for a move. And that seemed a bit dirty there from Asteroid, coming really across onto Aaron's line. And I feel bad for Just Aaron, as that would have been a great result, starting from P11, getting up to P8. Gibb gets a 5-second penalty for an unserved penalty, so that will drop him to P12. But was Aaron robbed there, guys, or was that a fair move from Asteroid? Asteroid will remain P8. Then it's Cube Tom, It's Chocolate, Tyrant King, Matthew, and then your top 3 in the Circuit de Barcelona sprint race: Alistar, Falling, and then Jack. Seems like a quite nice race there. But let's go see. I don't think we'll be getting any interviews here. But Alistar, driver of the day. I would say driver of the day as well. A fantastic drive from the Scotsman himself, as he will get 6 points. Tyrant King will get 4. Jack will get 8 points. So, you know, a good fair amount of points. Cube Tom will get those 2 points after having, you know, a spin. He went wide when he was fighting for those top positions. So, results for the sprint. Alistar started P17 and got up to P13. That's 14 points gained. 14 positions gained. Matthew loses 2 positions. Falling moves up a position. Chocolate moves down 2 positions. Cube Tom remains where he was, and Asteroid just didn't have the race that they were looking for and started P5 and ended up into P8. And P9, Aaron, honorable mention, almost got points starting P12, found 3 spots, and not gonna lie, that's a very good race in my books. It's also gonna be a wet race. It's 33 laps. It's exactly half of the current F1, you know, timings. So it's going to be 33 laps of this, roughly 1 minute 17, I want to say, in the wet lap. But I don't know how many you know, I don't know if it's going to be fast or slow lap. But sorry, got a bit of a there we go, just got the cough. So the track is 4.6 kilometers long with 33 laps. So it's going to be 33 laps of Catalonia, which is 4.6 kilometers long, as we are lined up on the grid for the formation lap. And luckily Matthew did not get disqualified for this, but they will really need to warm up those tires. Let's actually let's get these tires going. Let's get on the tires, as I think this is going to be probably the most important factor here. Is, you know, being able to warm up your tires and then keeping those warm for the first few laps. Because, you know, I think that's what Jack did amazingly, is he was able to warm up those tires for the race. And, so, you know, he's losing the rear bit, but, you know, he's warming up those tires. He had really nice tires for the start of the race, and then he just flew away. And I bet it was a boring race for him. But Alistar, I bet they had one of the best races ever. The strategy, possible strategies. You have a one-stop boxing around about lap 16 here. But, you know, I think that's what most drivers will be opting for. Maybe it looks like it would be drying up near the end of the race, you know. It looks like it will be drying up here in Catalonia. So if I quickly go on to the rest directory, yeah. So the Grand Prix will be wet with some overcast. So it looks like the race will maybe be dry near the end of it. So have these drivers put on their dry setups, because that's what I probably may have done, and it will be a gamble. It will be a gamble, but I think it will be worth it. As there we go, possible strategies yet again. The 2-stop. Could be a good idea, you know, you have really fresh tires, but if it looks like it will be drying up, I think stay on the inters as long as you can, then swap for maybe those medium compound tires, because they are roughly the best tire on the game, and go to the end, as Just Aaron and Jamie and Cube Tom all line up not properly, and they will be put down, put back in their grid spot. As this Visitor also gets it. But let's get ready to start the main race here in season 3 of five white, what? 5 red lights, and away we go here in Catalonia. And it's a great start from Jack. It's a great start from Chocolate. He jumps Tyrant King, falling. Alistar also has a great start. He moves up to P2, over Falling. He has to cut the chicane. He's gone too deep into the corner. This will bring Matthew up to P3. Chocolate. Oh, Tyrant King is spun. This is not going to be good for the championship leader, as his tires are going to be so warm. He's not going to have grip already on a really wet circuit. This is disastrous for the championship leader, but also Max is spun, and he's also going to have really hot tires. Tyrant King leads the way as we enter Sector 2 now. Then it's followed by Alistar, then Matthew Fallen, and let's look back. Gib, he's just on the outskirts of this battle for more points, as Cube has a drive-through penalty. He's going to have to probably serve this lap if he doesn't want to lose that much time. BPA just behind Gib, and I think BPA will try and follow Gib through when he makes up his moves, because Gib will need these points as Tyrant King, he's out of the points contention. So if Gib can get some good points here, he will be moved up to those positions. But let's go on board with Asteroid, as he's just behind Just Aaron, who's moved up substantially. What a start from Just Aaron. Let's actually move and see the driver position swaps. Just Aaron's moved up 2 positions, which is lovely. You know, that's something you love to see. You know, start P9 and then moved up to 2 positions already. You see Milano, he started P16 there, he's already up to P11. Oh! Asteroid had a snap of oversteer, and he's gone out and he's lost his front wing. That's not good for the Aston driver. He's going to have to do a safe rejoin. Oh! He almost hits Tyrant King. That would have been disastrous for the championship leader and could have ended in a DNF, but luckily he didn't. Asteroid, he has no front wing. He's going to have to just poddle back to the pits. But yeah, it's quite big gaps between the top 5, all have the second gaps roughly, but Matthew is closing that gap in. Let's go on board with Gib. The race is now stretching out. We're only on lap 2 here. There is a virtual safety car. It has been deployed because of Asteroid's spin, causing front wing damage. But this will be good for Asteroid. He'll be able to box, and I don't think Cube will be able to maybe gain that much on him, as he is 13 seconds. Is quite a big margin, as BPA, he's gonna have a drive-through penalty here, but he can't serve it under the VSC. But will he hop into the pits? Yes, he will, because VSC is now over. And yeah, Jamie, the guy in P3, he's P6 here. He's had a substantial race. Starting P4, he's had a great start and moved up to P4. And same with Gib, P10 and P11 on the grid for both of these drivers, and they've already moved up 4 positions fairly. Asteroid, now behind BPA and Cube. BPA just comes out of his quote-unquote teammate in-game. Obviously, there's no Constructors' Championship, but these guys are put into the same car. Asteroid is just leaving the pits now, and I think this race for him may be over. But Alistar leads the way here, and Jack and Falling all just filter in behind, kind of. Jack, you know, he literally dominated throughout all of the sprint race. Will he be able to dominate here? Let's actually go on board with the Alfa Romeo driver and see from his front hand view, maybe front hand view of maybe overtaking Alistar here. Good exit speed on the exit of 14. He's gonna have to slipstream. Falling takes first lap. No, it goes to Matthew, and he'll go alongside and he will take the lead. Alistar will filter in and he'll go for a send, and oh, what a move it is! These guys, Jack looks for a switchback, he looks for it again, he's alongside, but he won't have the exit speed here on the Red Bull driver, and that Alfa Romeo car maybe actually dragging him back a little. as we do have 29 laps of the race remaining. There's a lot to happen here. Asteroid could come back in. We could have a late safety car. No! It looks like Jack almost uses the car. These guys having a bit of a battle. Brings Falling, brings Matthew, brings Chocolate, and brings Jamie into the mix. Tyrant has already made up so many positions. Having that spin on that early, having that spin on lap 1 to now being P11 and only 1 second behind P10. So that VSC has really helped him. But as we see, these guys are going side by side. And this will bring Falling into the mix. This is lovely to see. It's nice, clean racing. Something you rarely see in F123 League racing. But it's lovely to see these guys have the respect for each other out on track. And, you know, Jack, he's going to have to sip between. Oh, Alistar loses the rear end on the exit of turn 14. And this will bring Alistar and Falling maybe both just to zip by passing. But no, Alistar actually still remains ahead on the entry to turn 1. It would be so much easier if I had a co-commentator, but I don't. And oh, there is Asteroid. He's retiring from the race. There's a safety car! Safety car, safety car! And oh, this will help everyone out, especially Tyrant King. It may not be good for those people in the said Williams and maybe the AlphaTauris, but it is very good for Tyrant King. The field will have to bunch up as it is a safety car, and I think that is a bit of a mistake from Asteroid because I think he retired out on track, which is actually frowned upon in league racing, but it's fine. We all make mistakes. We're not all perfect, and Asteroid, you know, he was on point for a really good race, and then he lost the rear out of turn 3 and just hit the wall, and that's not something you want to see. But unfortunately, he is DNF from the race, and we will have a safety car that will probably take us to lap 7 to lap 8. So in this time, I will quickly go take a break and get a quick drink. So while the field all bunches up and stuff. But I will be back for the race restart from lap 7, I believe. But BRB, guys, I will be just 5 seconds. Back. We are still in the safety car and we are now behind the safety car, and oh, there's a few people boxing. This could actually be a good strategy, getting those fresh intermediate tires, but the rain has stopped. I don't think this is the right strategy. Cool. The rain has now stopped. The track will be drying up, meaning it's Chocolate, Tyrant King, Max, Cube, BPA. They are all going to be at a disadvantage because obviously they've lost all those positions, getting those fresh inters. They may be able to fight their way back up with those fresh inters. There's fresh tyres. But it could also be a bit of a strategy blunder of Ferrari Classic because, well, obviously, oh, it's Chocolate on the grass there. Jack is also one to box under those, under the safety car. This could be a big blunder. Because the rain has stopped, the track will be drying up. But how fast will it dry up is the question. Because if they can get these tyres to lap 12, and then you know, while it's still wet, then maybe those 6 lap fresh tyres will be a massive advantage. But if it is how I predict how it will dry up in the next 2-3 laps, will it give enough time for, say, Jack, it's Chocolate, you know, Max, Tyrant King, Cube, and BPA to, you know, go onto those fresh tyres to make up the ground back, as Gibb now also is opting to box under the safety car. And I think, again, I do strongly think this is a bit of a blunder, but he's going on the softs! This could play right into Gibbs' hands. He's going on the softs. He's probably going to go soft mediums. He's probably going to try drag these softs out to lap 15, which is possible. It's only going to be 8 laps away, which is going to be good. And because it's wet, the tyres won't degrade as fast. He stays ahead of Max, he stays ahead of Cube, and he stays ahead of BPA. But BPA's also had a spin under the safety car. And here we have Cube. He was on the hard compound tyres, but he's gone to the inters. This is a blunder. Cube, he swapped to the hards, but now he's gone to the inters. This could be a bit of a blunder. And I think Gib, this race may play into his hands as Max is onto those mediums. And who else? Tyrant King's gone to intermediates. So I think Max and Gib and Cube and no, BPA, he's gone for fresh inters. I don't think that's the right strategy call. I think the Hasses may be mudded here. As I think, yeah, I think safety car is going to be in this lap. Safety car, I think, is in this lap. We are just going to have to wait to see. It may be one more lap because all the cars aren't bunched up fully yet. But we will see here as, yeah, safety car. No, it's very hard to tell because it didn't pop up for me. Nope, safety car is not in this lap. And Alistar will box. And I think we'll be going maybe onto these soft compounds or maybe medium compound tyres. Which I do think may be the right strategy. Cool. No, Max has gone on to these into tires. I think he's boxing. Gib is opting to stay out on these soft compound tires. This is giving the tires to warm up and you know to like recuperate and get some air. Now Alistar, he goes onto these mediums, so he's going to go longer than Gib. He'll roughly be on the same pace, because it is the wet. That's if Gib can't get his tyres up to those, operating temperatures. But Max, he's gone for the hard compound tyres. He could be going to the end. You can go to the end on these tyres. He'll probably be in the second degrading phase, maybe edging that third phase, which is also puncture phase. But he'll probably box, maybe for those soft compound tyres, when there's maybe lap 25 he'll box, which will be a really nice stint, I do think. And obviously all these guys on the inters couldn't be a big strategy. It's all like, it's hard to tell who's going to do well, who's going to do bad, you know. Because Gib, he's on these, safety car is in this lap now, guys. Safety car is in this lap. Gib, he's on these soft compound tyres. The track looks like it's relatively dry. There's a distinguishable dry line, which could play into Cube, not Cube, but Gib, Alistar, and Max's hands. These are the only guys that are on the soft tyres. On the not soft tyres, on the newer oh my god, my brain is having a big freeze. On the slick tyres. But as we get ready to go on racing again to the line, Matthew, we've crossed the line, so overtaking is now permitted. And let's go on board with Jamie as he's down the inside. And he's just there. Will he look for a switchback move on Matthew? No, he does not. But Erin is dropping down the order. What's happened to Erin? No! The traction. No, this is not good for the Williams driver. They've dropped so many places. And I don't know what happened there, but maybe they got hit off and then they lost traction. Now, Jack, he's putting these fresh inters to work. But there is caution in Sector 2, and that is on, I want to say Visitor, but Erin is making up ground as Ulsar makes up some ground. He goes ahead of Gib, but no, Gib says, nuh-uh-uh, we'll go side by side here. He may look for a switchback move, but no, he's just going to opt, yeah. The track is still a bit wet. But, you know, the track's still wet. But I think in 2 to 3 laps, Gib will be faster than everyone else on Inters. Milano loses position down to by chocolate. drink break real quick, and Chocolate and Jack, they're both on these fresher intermediate tires. But Falling, he's got a 1.3 second gap, but that is substantially dropping as Jack, the Alfa Romeo kick cars, they are going to swap positions here. And this will bring Jack up to the podium position. He boxed on the safety car. I think Jack could be on for a great race here. All-Star, he's already up to P10. Visitor, he's going to the medium compound tyres. And oh, Jack, he has fresher tyres. He can get on that power sooner, and that is proven there as Matthew and Jack go side by side coming through turn 5. And Jack stays behind. But all this tuffling and fighting will let Falling just get away and just leave the pack. Caution in Sector 1. Tyrant King. I think no. What happened in Sector 1? Maybe a bit of debris was left out on track or something. But Milano, Tyrant King and Cube, they are all fighting for these positions. Cube has had a really good race restart. All-Star making a move on Ramo. Aaron moving down positions. Really, it was strong in the first half, in the first bit of this race, but now it's just falling and fading. And Jack, he's up to P2, and he's very quick in the wet. We saw this in the sprint race. He gapped everyone else, and there is a yellow flag in Sector 3. Could that be for Aaron? And yes, it is. The Williams car has had a spin, exit of probably turn 11. Really, really hard when you've got the weather changing and you're on those wrong tires. But just get that traction down, and it's easy to spin. And I think Aaron also does have some wing damage. But it's too soon to tell. We'll just see. But anyway, Jack is already gaining on Falling. Let's go back to this fight between the McLaren and the Alfa Romeo. But that fight's already over. These fresher intermediate tires are playing absolutely right into Jack, Chocolate, Tyrant's, Tom's hands. DRS is enabled. The track is drying. I think this is where Alistar and Gib, they're still fighting here. There's only roughly, I want to say 10 seconds between Falling and Gib. And Gib is on the soft compound tires, so I don't think the softs were the right call, but I think maybe the mediums as Falling boxes here. So does Jack, so does Matthew. Everyone on these intermediate compound tires are going to be boxing, apart from Alistar. Alistar will opt to stay and will take the P1 position here. Falling is going to the end. 21 laps probably on those hard compound tires will do wonders near their face. Gabe will move up to P2, but Jamie is staying out. Oh my god! Jamie has to stay out because Jack is ahead and boxed. That's the same for BPA and Rocco. So these guys, yes, they're on the rear end of Max, but they're going to lose out quite fast. Falling will come out P5. Once BPA, Rocco, and Jamie box. Is there any fighting going on as of now? No, it's really relatively all the same gaps. It's Chocolate had a bit of a bad pit stop and has dropped behind Tyrant King. So I don't know how that's happened. But let's go on board with Falling. He's catching up to BPA, who's still on the inters and is flashing, so must be on minimal ERS. And yes, Jamie, Jamie is into those pits, and he will be going on to, I think that maybe those medium compound tires. Alistar sets the fastest lap at 120.8, and yes, you see BPA dive into the pits, and oh no, Jamie has got mediums. That is, you know what? Oh no, something just popped up on the screen. I am so sorry. Stream, I am so sorry. BPA has a 5-second penalty for speeding into pit lanes. He's going to need to hope for a late safety car so we can get rid of that penalty. Everyone now is on to these slick compound tires. And I think, you know what? If Asteroid stayed into this race, he could have maybe done absolute wonders. He's got the pace to be at the front, but he just DNF'd. You know, that's what happens. You get really heavy, really angry, and then, you know, it just doesn't work out. But Jack, he's going to be fighting with Fooling. These guys, same engine manufacturer, but Jack is in a worse car. But I believe he's a faster driver. No offense, but I think Jack is one of the fastest, relatively, in this league, in this season. So, in this season. So I think, even though he's in a slower car, you know, he will still perform to the, like, you know, against the Mercs, and the Ferraris, because of his driving skill. And he's proving it right here, as he's staying with Fooling, and he's staying with Max, as Matthew sets the fastest lap at 19.5. Fooling overtakes Max for the podium position. This is going to be a nice battle for the final podium position. And Alistar is just absolutely legging it in this first stint on these medium compound tyres. And then Gib on those soft compound tyres, those are going to be dead in 3 laps time. And because he's not going to be in a DRS train, as we can see, he's losing time to the Ferrari, to the Alfa, and to the Aston Martin. He's just going to be losing time lap after lap because he's gone onto the soft compound tyres, which I don't think was the greatest call. He's on a Ferrari strategy. But overall, this has been a quite good race with a lot of turn of events. But it's still been very, very, very beautiful to watch. As Alistar takes fastest lap of the Grand Prix here. Oh, but no, Jack takes that right back. He's going to say, you know what? I'm going to push as he goes up to P3 here. He's going to lead the train. He's going to hopefully overtake Gib in the next few corners, and we'll just put him, I lost my train of thought, but anyway, Gib, he's gonna really be dropping back now, as his tires are just going to be absolutely dead, in the next coming few laps. Got quickly cough there. But anyway, as we go on board with Jack, Gib already lost a lot of time, and Jack is just absolutely leaving Fooling behind as we come through New Holland Bend, the final corner in the Catalunya circuit. Pit window is now open for some people swapping tyres, so I think maybe we may see Gib switch off of these tyres, go hard and go to the ends. That could be a strategy. It will be risky. It will roughly put him... He will have to do roughly 17 laps on his hard tyres, unfortunately. But it is still fine. It is still fine. But let's go on board with Fooling. He's catching up with Jack. And as we come through the Worth chicane, this chicane right here, it's a weird spelling, and I may be butchering it, but it is called Worth. W-U-R-T-H. And I added chicane because it sounds cool. But and then you've got Compassa, which is the flat out corner. And then that was La Casica. And then you got Bank Shabdel. And then you got Europcar. Europcar. So, those are some of the corner names for you. Turn 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5 don't have corner names. Turn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I butchered. Hold up, I messed up. But anyway, the Scuderia Ferrari of Fooling will take the fastest lap here. as Gib gets overtaken by Matthew and Max here, just before turn 1. The fights, there aren't really any more fights. Tyrant King is just in points. So is It's Chocolate. They are both going to get 1 and I believe 2 points. But let's go for this battle, 4P2. As Alistar is losing about a second a lap on those 9-lap old medium tires. Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh my god. Hold up. There we go. But I think Gib needs to box Pronto. I think we may see him box this lap as Jack goes fastest. 15.7. Absolutely wondrous lap. Obviously, the track is going to be cold. It's not going to be really up to temperature. And it also is going to, it's going to have the decent amount of grip. But because it's wet, the grip is going to be a little bit less. But, fooling, let's go on board with the Scuderia Ferrari driver. Let's have no height. Actually, no, we need a bit of height. But let's just see him as he tries to hunt down the Alfa Romeo driver. But Gib, he's losing position after position. When will he realize that he needs to box relatively now? He's trying to get these softs going, but he's so slow through the corners because of the car. Like, he's got DRS, but it's really hard for him to stay with these guys, and he's just losing position after position. He's on softs, and they are 5 laps older than literally almost everyone on the grid. You can see the same with All-Star. Max has a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits and having multiple warnings. But All-Star, he's lost about 2 seconds in, they've lost about 2 seconds in these last 2 laps. And I said All-Star, I meant Alistar, by the way. Alistar is having an absolute tremendous drive in that Oracle Red Bull racing car. They're not near the top of the standings because they are in the Oracle Red Bull, but could this be the site of a championship contender in a future season? Because obviously this is round 6, and I believe there are 9-10 rounds in this season. I will quickly fact check that for you guys in the stream. Oh. So yeah, it is. If I look at this real quick for you guys. Calendar. I can't find the calendar, unfortunately, but I do know that this is one of the final few rounds in this championship. But Tyrant King, he's gaining on his quote-unquote teammate in this league race, and he just flies by as the Gib goes to the pits, and he's probably going to go on to those medium compound tires and try and do 13 laps on them, which is probably what you want to do, as they're roughly entering their first degradation phase for Alistar. They're probably just they are probably roughly 30% of tire usage used. But this battle for P3, nice and calm. Not too aggressive. There's not really been any dive bombs. You could easily send it in a few of these corners. But Alistar is just flying away. And even though they are on 4-lap older tyres, they are still able to keep that gap. Because by the time Alistar will box, Jake, Falling, Matthews, all of those guys' tyres will be dead or will be on the verge of dying. So the strategy call of boxing under that safety car As you see a move from Falling. What a move down the inside into turn 1. Nice and clean. So clean. These guys just race so clean, and it's so lovely to watch and commentate over. Oh my god, I'm tired. I did not get good sleep. But anyway, you know, these guys are absolutely having a great battle. You know what? Not many moves are being used, but you know what? Still. But these guys are still working together. They're trying to catch up to Alistar. Because if they can catch up to Alistar, work together, you know, League Race singles are about, they may not be in the same team, but if you work with them, like, make up that gap, then fight for those positions in those final few laps. Gib is going to be making up substantial ground. Gib is going for the ultimate undercut. And obviously, Just Eren is on a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and they are on those really, really old, medium compound tires. As Jack comes into the pits. So, what's happened here? Well, okay, let's go on board with Jamie. He's going to be sending it down the inside here. Because he's going to be alongside, and so does Cube Tom. Let's look on the rear of, Cube almost loses the car there. And Jamie will move up to P4, and, yeah. But, did Jack have to change his front wing? I don't think so, but maybe, because, you know, those hard compound tires can go really far, but I think he's going to be getting that undercut on Alistar, which could be an amazing strategy. But, as we see here, Gib was too long on those soft compound tires, as he's got a 13-second gap to Jack. So, if he boxed earlier and went hards, I think that would have been a better strategy call. But I don't know how well the hards are around, Circuit de Barcelona. But Alistar, he's coming up to lap some people. Now, Falling is actually losing time, because his tyres are entering that first degradation phase. As there is a caution in Sector 2. Let's see if we can find it. Yes! It's BPA. He's on track, and he's hit Ramo. Ramo's gonna have front wing damage, and that will probably be a penalty from after the race for an unsafe rejoin. But Ramo, he's already got 5-second in-game, but Ramo is not going to be happy about that, as he's lost the front right end plate of his front wing. But yeah, as you see here, Falling is losing time to Alistar. Jack is so smart. He boxed at the right time. He realized, okay, my tires are in this degradation phase. I need to box. I need to be on the fresher tires. Alistar can fly away. He's going to lose time. He will probably come out of the pits just behind Jack, or maybe within Jack's area. But there is like a rough 27, maybe 29 gap between Alistar and Jack. So there's a 20-second gap between P1 and P9. But that gap is very, very, very diminishing very fast. So I think we are going to see Alistar either box and go into those hards, mediums, or box and go into softs. Those are his two strategy calls. Boxing and going onto the softs, or boxing going on mediums. But Jack, he's gone 8 times faster than the previous fastest lap. So, you know what? I think Jack has a chance to win this race. He's got the freshest tyres out on track. Apart from the two, P15 and P14. But, what's happened here? Tyrant's boxed, but there was a caution. People are now beginning to box. Alistar is just like, you know what? I'm going to stay out. I'm actually making a gap. I'm going to stay out. But does he realize Jack is making so much ground on Alistar? I hope Alistar knows this and is aware, because if he does not, or if they do not, this could be bad. I'm not yawning because the race is boring. The race is, you know, I'm tired. I've had a long day, and that's why I'm yawning. It's not because of the race. But Alistar approaching a back marker of Ramo. I believe it is Ramo. Yes, it is. You know what? I think a lot of these drivers that are near the bottom are going to be like, man, what's the point of racing? But, like, someone has to come last. And, like, they're giving it their best shot, which is all that matters. Like, not every race will go your way, but Cube Tom, he moves up to P4. Asteroid has left the session. Obviously, he was DNF'd. He DNF'd from lap 1. But Cube Tom, he's in a battle with Jamie, and Chocolate's not far behind. These guys are all on really old tyres, and Cube and Jamie are relatively on the same amount of usage of tyres, and I do think Cube will have an advantage, and I think Chocolate will be like, you know what, I'm going to follow Tom in, but no, he's going to go for a switchback move. Will he be alongside? It's a three-way battle, 4p4, and this fighting is going to help Jack. You know, this train is going to be really this train's going to be really big, but Alistar is into the pits. He's going onto those soft compound tyres like I said he would. He's going to try and go for 7 laps. And he will come out relatively in front. Let's actually watch this. Let's watch Alistar as he comes out of those pits. Don't really want to be looking at this. And he will come out just in front of Cube Tom. So, Jack has actually made up the ground. Jack has made up some grounds. As it was before Jack boxed 6 seconds. But now, it is only 1, maybe 2.1 seconds. And Jack has already made clear of the Aston Martin driver of Max Burton. Jack has a high chance of winning this race, as the only people that are in Alistar's and Jack's, way are these 3 drivers that are probably going to be boxing relatively close to this lap. But Jack has the advantage. He's got tyres that will last longer. He's got the slipstream, and he's also got the ERS here. And he can just brake so much later than these guys, and it's so clear to see. The gap is starting to form, though, and I think Alistar will be able to do well, as Cube Tom loses the rear end, and that will slow Jack down. But they're not boxing on these guys going to the end. You know what? I wouldn't blame them. Everyone else behind is on older or fresher tyres, but have a massive gap. These guys can stay out, go to the end. It's only 6 laps remaining. I see why Jack did go on the fresh tyres. He's gone for the fresh tyre gambit. But Alistar has been able to fly away here. And the gap between Matthew and Falling is kind of diminishing. But let's go back. Tyrant King, he's now up to P9. He's on these soft tyres as well. So I do think he may be able to make up some good positions as well. But he is 19 seconds behind P8. Let's go back for this battle. 4P4. It's a 5-4 car battle. But I think it will be a battle 4P5 instead. Visitor sets the fastest lap of a 14.1, but unfortunately he is in P12. So, you know, only 1 point for him. But Jack will now just fly away. He's in P4. Jamie loses a bit of the car. Alistar will set the fastest lap, but will Jack be like, no, I'll take the fastest lap, thank you very much. But no, he won't. He's crossed the line and he did not get fastest lap. That is not good, but there is a caution in Sector 2, and I wonder what's happened. And oh, it's Milano. He's lost the front wing. He's only got to tad of the front bit of it, and that's just not going to be good for the Williams driver. No points will be scored, and he decides to retire. But will this bring out a safety car? Because he's retired on track. Will it bring out a safety car or not? This is going to be the question. Because if it brings out a safety car, then Alistar and Jack's strategy may not be great. Because that could have really bottled Alistar's and Jack's strategy. But I don't think a safety car will be coming out. There's 5 laps to go here in not so sunny Catalonia. And, you know, Jack, is he losing time or is he gaining? He is gaining. It is gaining. And Alistar has already made ends meet of Matthews. And he is catching up to Falling. And I think Alistar has a high chance of winning the round 6 of this race. But Just Aaron has retired from session, and there's a safety car! Oh! This is going to be so good for Falling. Matthews and Jamie, they are going to be able to box, because obviously there's a delta, so the gap's going to remain. I think Alistar may box as well, for maybe some fresh tyres. I think everyone will box, as you already see Tyron and Gib. They're both going to box, but Tyron will obviously have the, you know, more of a, priority, because he was in the box first. But this is going to fall straight into Falling's hands. He stayed out on these tyres. He's going to box, and he could have a chance at winning here in Catalonia. With 4 laps to go, we will probably have 1 or 2 laps left of racing. And oh, this is going to be good. It's going to be only 1 tyre. We will probably see everyone on those soft compound tyres. And I think we may see Alistar and Jack also switch to those soft compound tyres, especially Jack, as he's got 7 laps of tyre usage. Now, as we see, Falling is into the pits. So is Alistar. Is Matthew also going to go to the pits? Yes, he will. What about Jack? Is he going to opt to stay out, or is he going to opt to pit? He's opting to pit as well. What about Jamie? Everyone's boxing. Oh, but we almost, but Max tries to do a Sebastian Vettel, and gets, an advantage. Will anyone be able to get a jump? I think, yeah, Max has a penalty. I think a few people have a penalty here. Just Aaron, you know, caused the safety car. I think they maybe lost, their rear and went into a wall. There's 3 laps remaining in the race. There'll probably be 1 more lap left of racing. Will this be like a 2021? A 2021 Abu Dhabi of, no, Mikey, no, this is so not right, Mikey, of only 1 lap left, or will it end on the safety car? We will have 1 lap left of racing, because the field needs to bunch up, and that'll probably take 2 laps. So I do think we will have 1 lap left of racing. But, you know, everyone is on those fresh compound tyres of softs, which don't blame them. This can help Tyrant get more points, but everyone's on a level playing field, relatively. Not everyone's on the same amount of tyres. Not everyone's in the same equal performance car, but they are on the same set of tyres. So, the faster drivers in the slower cars may have a bit more of an advantage than the slower drivers in the faster cars. Because, yes, cars, you know, kind of do matter at the end of the day. It's really all about the driver's skill. Unless your name's Max Verstappen and you were a driver in 2023, that's, you know, a bit on the other hand. I am joking, by the way, I am joking, massively. But anyway, as we are waiting for the field to bunch up, I think Tyrant King will be, just able to make it with the group. I wish I was a way I could spectate the safety car and look at the rear, because that would be so cool for safety car restarts. You see them bunch up. Sorry, big yawn. Unfortunately, F1 just don't do a lot with their, like, commentators, because there's a lot of things they could add for commentators or people, media personnel in leagues, and it would just make it so much better. Like, being able to choose what camera you can use. Having hotkeys, so then I can, instead of having to pull, this spectator menu up to, like, for instance, change the tyres and stuff, I can just do a hotkey for it. That would be so much easier. But unfortunately, they do not have this. The only person with a penalty will be Max, and will drop significantly down the order. I think we will see absolute sends on this final 2, maybe final lap left of racing. As we still are waiting for Visitor, Rocco, Ramo, and BPA to line up. Not to line up, but to catch up to the grid. But we enter sector 3 now. Will we get the race control message saying safety car is in this lap? Yes, it is. Safety car will be in this lap, and we will have 2 laps left of racing in the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Here, round 6, season 3 of Fortune Racing. And I think the people to watch for this race are going to be Alistar, Jack, Falling, and It's Chocolate, and Jamie, who's also had a great race. Let's actually look at the position change. Right now, so far, I would say Max will probably, maybe not get driver of the day. I think driver of the day may go to, maybe Jamie. Jamie's had a really great race. Started P10 up to P7 and could be looking for some more. But as we start again, Alistar already up to P1. And I think, we'll probably remain there for the remainder of the race unless Jack has something else to say. He did not get a great restart though, as I think Falling likes to go on the exit of the final corner. But I think Alistar read it, as these guys are now going to be having a fight, as there is a caution in Sector 1. That is not going to be good. And I think who is involved? Was it just a rear spin? I don't know. 3-second time penalty for Matthew. That is not going to be good. And that will put Jack into P3. Visitor has retired from the session, as I think it was an issue involving him, but there will be no more safety cars or virtual safety cars, because there is only 2 laps left of racing. Alistar has got a 5/10 lead here. Jack, he's hunting down Matthew, because if he can get past Matthew, maybe get up to Falling, he can get a P2 here. So many points up for oh my god, so many points up for grabs here. Alistar takes the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and it's only a second slower than the qualifying lap. Tyrant King gets a 3-second penalty. That's not going to be good for the championship leader. But that may actually help Max lose not many positions. Jack is going to be getting that P3 position with all these penalties and stuff like this. Let's just have that. Anyway, Falling. It's Alistar, then Falling, then Matthew, then Jack on the final lap. What's going to happen? Will there be any late lunges as we enter Sector 3? We enter Sector 3 now. Maybe Jamie will be looking for a move at the back on It's Chocolate, but I don't know. Let's look up at the front of the field here. Alistar leads the way as we come round the final corner, coming into as we just come round into turn 14, and Alistar will win in Catalunya, followed by Falling, then Matthew, but he'll be dropped down a few positions, so Jack will take P3, then Cube, who's had a tremendous race, and It's Chocolate will remain in front of Jamie. So your top 3 today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, will be Alistar, then Falling, then Jack. And what a race that was. Jack, if there was no safety car, I think Jack may have got that P2. I think Alistar was on track to win. And Falling, had a really, really good strategy. And just what a race it was. What a race. And I am so happy I was able to commentate this race. And this is what racing is. This is what F1 League Racing is, as Max Burt will take fastest lap here. We'll take driver of the day, and just beautiful racing. I love to see it. That's what we love to see, as we see the Scotsman of Alistar on the top step of the podium. We've got a Monarchies driver of Falling, and then we've got lovely jubbly Jack, who comes home in P3 in that Alfa Romeo car, and he will get a lot of points as he won the sprint race, and he's got P3. That's going to be amazing points for the championship. He could maybe be on track for a championship contention here, and I think maybe, hopefully, we may be doing interviews. But anyway, fastest lap also goes to... Who does fastest lap goes to? Fastest lap goes to Alistar, which is amazing. Great race. Just love to see it, you know. That's what you love to see. And I do think, that was probably one of the best F1 League races I've seen in many a while. But I think we will be getting interviews, so I'm gonna put the thanks for watching screen. You guys can, you know, stick around, and hopefully we will get some interviews going, as I'm gonna join a VC and get dragged up for an interview. Oh wait. So, Jack, you got P3. How are you feeling about that? How are you feeling?
Quite disappointed, to be honest. If it wasn't for that lapped car, I think I might have been in with a shout for the win, but we move. I'll try again.
You know, late safety car, really late safety car. Kind of messed up your strategy for boxing 7 laps previously. You know, were you a bit like, I don't think I'm going to get a podium? Or were you still confident about getting a podium after the late safety car call?
Oh, no, late safety car, I was aiming for the win.
Oh.
After the safety car came out, I was going for the win.
To be honest, I thought your race was going to be over because, you know, you boxed, you lost, you know, if you stayed with Fulham there, you would have had a better chance of winning. But obviously, you still had an amazing race, and it was really lovely to watch, you know. You were absolutely dominant. You know, Alistar had a great start. Did you have any troubles with the start, or would you say you also had a good start?
What, at the start of the race?
Yeah, start of the race.
Yeah, I thought it was quite decent. I mean, the launch was good anyway. The first couple of laps I was struggling. It didn't feel like the same sort of grip as it was in the sprint, so I was struggling with the rear end a little bit, and then the safety car came out, and, well, I mean, it kind of completely changed the race.
Well, yeah,
in terms of trying to stay out on the inters.
Yeah, there was like 2-3 separate strategies there. You know, there was people that box and they actually went onto the inters. They were going for fresher inters, which, you know what, I would have maybe done the same. But you went onto slicks. So did 2 others. So Gib and who else was it? I can't remember. But you and Gib and another person went onto slicks, and then everyone else stayed out. So you know what? It was Tom. It was Tom that went on to mediums. But you know, boxing on the first safety car. Do you was that part of the strategy? Were you like, it's drying up, raising this stopped?
I actually pitted for inters in the first safety car.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I pitted for fresh inters, and I mean, I thought that was the right idea.
Oh yeah, you did. My bad. You pitted for fresh inters, and it was the right idea. And then yeah. Because you gained loads. You went, you had so much fresher tyres than everyone else. You went up to like P2, and then safety car came out, and then Bosch. You were in.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, it was a bit frustrating, but it's all good.
Yeah.
We move.
Sprint race. You were absolutely first 5 laps. You were 5 seconds ahead. Were you like, you knew you were you're gonna win that, didn't you? From like the lap
100%.
Lap 1, you've already had a second of a gap.
Wet conditions are where I shine.
I could see that. You know, you had an amazing sprint race, and you know what? Even though it looked like you were a bit struggling, but you still had an amazing comeback of a race, and it was really nice to watch. Really lovely to watch. You know, you got really good points. You won the sprint race, and then you also won the. You also got a P3 in the main race. So you know that's really good points for your championship. You know, push. Tyrant, he didn't do well. I think he got P9. So the championship leader, getting minimal points. So, do you think you could have a chance at the championship now?
Well, I think this is my second race of the season, but all of a sudden I'm in with the in for the hunt, so
Yeah, because
I'll go for it.
Yeah, because right now you are. If I look, I can't remember. I think. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? You are Bimjo's, yeah. So you're P6.
Yes.
You got 26 points. So if it's based off F1 points, I think you are up there for the championship lead, which is really lovely, really nice. You could maybe be leading after the race. I don't know. We'll
I
see when
don't
the standings
think I
come
am,
out.
but
Mate, I don't
it
know
might
how
be
the point
close.
system works, but you know what?
Eh,
That is still a very good points that you got. Sprint race win, and then the P3. Now Alistar, he had an amazing sprint race. He started P17 and he got onto the podium, and then obviously he won it in the main race. Do you think after the sprint race you were maybe a bit scared of Alistar from having an amazing performance?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but after this race, he'll be in a weaker car, so
Yeah, but he still is very strong.
oh, for sure.
I was saying, from the looks of it, you look like one of the faster drivers in the league. In this Wicked Wednesday fun league, I think. So obviously you may be in a slower car, but it doesn't really matter about the car. It matters more the driver, and you really showed that today, and it was just lovely to watch. Very clean racing as well.
Thank you very much. I'll let you get to the next person now.
Yeah, I think it is Falling. Who's next?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Falling, how you doing?
Hello.
You
Good,
had a
thanks.
really, really good final race. Not final race. You had a really good Catalonia race. What are your thoughts on it?
Stressful. Very stressful.
It looked
The
it.
changing conditions. Yeah. I didn't realize it was going to dry up that early on in the race, so I kind of put on a wet setup, thinking it was going to take longer for the rain to dry. And ended up being good in sector 2, obviously with the higher downforce, but I just lost it all on the straights anyway.
So you stayed out on those. What was it? You stayed out for like 17 laps on those hard compound tires, and it really played out. You had track position when you boxed for those soft compound tires on the final safety car. Like, what was going through your head at that very moment?
I was praying for a safety car through that moment. My softs, not softs, my hards, I think were getting to 60, 70% wear, and I couldn't make it to the end, especially not with, I've forgotten his name, Alistair, that's the one, chasing me down. He was so quick on them softs. I think the gap went from 6 to 4 in like 2 laps, or like a lap, sorry. It
Yeah.
was
So Alistar was very fast. Obviously, he was in the Oracle Red Bull car, but then his driving skill alone was very good. Obviously, they didn't qualify. They were at the back of the grid. Because in the sprint race, they went from P17 to P3. Now, obviously, you saw that result from the end screen after the race. Did that maybe put a bit of a nerve in your back? Or, like, give you any nerves from seeing someone go from P17 to P3?
Yeah, it definitely did shake me off a little bit going for the main race, but obviously I knew it was going to happen for someone because that Red Bull car is just amazing in a straight line and just overall over the track.
Yeah, so obviously you are in the Scuderia Ferrari. Do you think maybe the cars helped with your P2?
Yeah, the car definitely was amazing. I was talking to my friend Matt during the race, in the Mercedes. Usually he's quicker than me on tracks, but I managed to actually gap him, pull away, and beat him this race, which I was really happy about. Now I can rub that in his face a bit.
Yeah,
But
talking
the
about
Ferrari definitely helped.
Matthew, the guy that got, I think it was P4, P5 in the mark, yeah.
Yeah.
He looked very strong in qualifying. He was there. I think he got P2 in qualifying with an 11.8. Really good lap. Do you think he's maybe a bit devastated by not finishing maybe as high as he hoped?
Yeah, he's not too happy about it, but he got shafted by that 3 second time penalty he got,
Yeah,
and
that that's
he didn't
yeah.
realize it was raining for as long as it was, so he put on a dry setup.
Ah. Well,
Yeah.
back to you. With the questions now. Qualifying. How did it go for you? Like, do you think you qualified well? And do you think it helped with your success in the sprint and in the main race?
The position I qualified definitely did help with where I finished in the race, but I messed up my lap so much at the end of qualifying. I could have definitely got on pole. I'm usually setting 11.2s to 10.0s round here, or
Nice.
11.0, sorry.
Do
But
you
yeah.
think do you think you can maybe have the chances at the championship now from looking at that race?
Definitely not. I can't race any other week than this week.
Oh man, I was hoping I could see you another
Yeah.
week because that'd be amazing.
No,
But
got a lot of work to do. GCSE season and that.
yeah, I got
So,
ya, yeah. Well, I hope
yeah.
your GCSEs go well because kind of sets you up for life.
Yeah.
So obviously it's Spain. Spain's not really a good track when it's wet. Some people find it quite hard to overtake. What about you? Did you find it quite easy to overtake, or was it still quite a bit of a challenge?
Well, Spain is a very difficult track. I hate the final corner especially, but I found it easier than other people were overtaking there. Might be because I'm a traction merchant, but yeah,
Um, you mentioned
easier.
the final corner. Do you think that kind of your hatred with the final corner actually kind of applied with your qualifying runs? Because the final corner is very important for getting a good exit to start the lap and to finish the lap. So do you think that
Yeah,
kind of stopped a bit of
during
improvement?
during my final run, I did run a bit wide into the final corner, and that kind of shafted my lap a bit. I think I lost good 2-3 tenths from that corner.
Yeah. Final question. Final question before we let you go and chill with your family or whatever you want to do. Safety cars. Did they disrupt your strategy whatsoever, or did they actually help?
Some of them helped. The first safety car, caused by asteroid spinning and crashing, that shafted my race a lot. I was hoping to stay on the inters and pull away from the others a lot more. I reckon if that safety car didn't happen, the race would have ended so much differently. But
Yeah.
the final safety car, if that didn't happen, then I don't think I would have finished second.
Yeah, because obviously you had Jack who he boxed at lap I don't know. I want to say when he was on 10 lap old hards, he boxed. He went mediums. He was going to the ends. And he was catching up to you. So if that safety car didn't come out, do you think you maybe would have got down to maybe P3, P4 even maybe?
Maybe even lower than that, but yeah, no, tire wear was horrific round here. I just couldn't survive more laps. I think I would have had to pit for softs anyway.
Yeah, yeah. It was a great race though. Really clean battling between you, Jack, Ali Star, all of that. I really loved it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too. Thanks for letting me be here.
No problem.
See you later.
See you later. Ali Star, how you doing, mate?
No, I'm good, thanks. Hey,
I'm doing amazing. Obviously, that race was absolutely amazing. I loved watching it.
I love driving it.
And it had me on the edge of my seat a few times. That sprint race result from you was just amazing. You were under my radar. I wasn't actually paying attention that much. I was paying more attention to the front and mid pack because obviously you started in the back. You didn't even really set a qualifying lap, and then you shoot up to P3. How are you feeling after that sprint race result?
Oh, qualifying. I literally went out on inters, and as I was going around, the track dried up, and it told me to go onto softs, like dry tires. And then I was not gonna lie, I was sat on my phone watching TikTok, and looked up, and there was a minute 30 left, and completely missed qualifying, like an absolute
Oh,
idiot.
and
So,
yeah, that was
to be honest, by turn 3 on lap 1, I was in P9 because everyone crashed into each other, like
yeah,
turn 1 and turn 2. So I was on the outside, then the inside. And then it was just picking people off. I think lap 2 or 3, I don't know if you saw it, I had a really good double overtake into turn 1, going 3 wide. That was quite
yeah.
fun. And then, yeah, picking people off, ended up in P3. And I was well happy with that result alone, let alone what came after.
Well, it was a substantial result. Amazing. Loved watching it. Who would you say was your main rival in both races, the sprint and the main?
In the sprint, I was aiming for whoever P2 was. I think it was the Merc. Was it? Was it Phoenix? I can't remember.
The
Whoever
the
P2
P2
was.
P2 in the sprint was Matthew the Merc.
Yeah, so I was aiming for Matthew the Merc, and then obviously I saw a quick Jack, yeah, Alfa Romeo. Obviously saw his pace in the sprint race, and then he then became like the person I was trying to cover off in the race. And when I obviously I pitted really early onto the mediums when the track was still wet, so that was really fun driving on ice and keeping it on the dry, or not really dry stuff on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when Jack pitted quite early to the mediums, and I sort of got caught up in that battle, and there was, on the lap I pitted, there was a massive battle. Like the gap shot up like 4 seconds, which was enough for me to pit and come out ahead of them all, which is exactly what I done. Took my
Yeah.
chance before they closed back up again.
Yeah, I was like, because I was watching, I was on board with, I want to say, I was on board with Cube Tom, the guy leading the fight. When you were in the pits, you were just ahead, and they would continue fighting through turn 1 and 2, and that literally gave you like a 2-second gap out of the pits, and you were just gone. And I think if that final safety car didn't come out, I think you could have definitely won even more. And I think we may have seen Fallen maybe drop back more positions and Jack P2. But that final safety car, did that help you with your strategy, or did that kind of hinder it?
No, I thought I was like, I got 26, well, near enough. Like, all I had to do was pass Failure. Well, he didn't really have the pace with them falling off hard, and my softs were staying pretty consistent. So I knew I was able to get him, depending on how much of a fight he put up. But, no, I had fast lap. I knew like the win was very much on. And if anything, my head dropped a bit when the safety car came out because I thought that Jax would be close to be able to battle me. But luckily, I got falling at the first opportunity and just kept the lead from there. So it worked out. I still got the same result in a way,
Yeah,
but just had to work for it a little bit more.
yeah,
than I already
just
had
had to give you a bit more of a challenge. Some more questions. Obviously, sprint race. Are you more comfortable in the wet than you are in the dry, or do you prefer the wet?
I think because I use ABS, depending on the track, sometimes the game doesn't let you stop when you run ABS in the wet. But if I have high enough wings and comfortable enough, I feel I can be quite quick in the wet. I've got when it comes to wet, I've got quite a smooth right trigger to not be able to wheel spin too much and be good on exits. Just under braking and cornering, I
Yeah,
was struggling. But in that aspect of the wet, it really does play to my advantage a bit.
yeah. Do you think if you were able to qualify, do you think you could have been on pole?
It's hard to say. I mean, you can literally set my time trial before. I done an 11.0 just before the race, but you don't know. Like it was dry and track. There would have been a lot of pressure on it because I was sat in last. So that probably wouldn't have helped. So I could have been up at the sharp end, but pole was a bit of a reach. But the possibility was
Yeah,
there.
like maybe top 5, top 7
Minimum,
area.
yeah.
That would have done you good. I think if you maybe were up near the front, like top 5, top 7, like you said, there was a crash at the start, so you may have been involved with that. But in an alternate reality, if you were up near the front, you could have maybe had a nice battle with Jack, and that would have been amazing. To
Yeah, I
see.
didn't actually go with.
Because Jack
No, I did.
Jack just flew in the sprint race. Like, by like turn 5, he was like second ahead. So it was just amazing. If you could give a rating on the sprint race and the main race, what would you give a rating out of those races?
I think the sprint. It was good. 9. I think sprint race 9, the main race I think maybe a 9 as well, but in their own different ways. So that makes sense. Like
Yeah,
the main race had it all so many battles. I knew at the start to keep Jack with me, so I was just throwing the car in there, making it stick, so he couldn't drive away. Driving on dry tires on a wet track to help my strategy to ultimately win the race, possibly.
yeah. And
There's
sorry, you're finishing.
no, yeah, that's
Okay.
fastest race.
So final question. Well, I'll give you 2 more questions. One of the final questions is obviously with this result, a P3 in the sprint and then a win in the main race. Funny enough, you and Jack literally opposite each other in both races. You got P3 in the sprint, he got P1. You got P1 in the main, he got P3 in the main. So you know it was that's something I had a little chuckle at. But do you think, because obviously you've got some points now and you've got a decent amount of points, do you think the car may hinder your performance in future races?
I think a little. I think I'll be at the sharp end, but not the sharpest end, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't explain. I think like that battle with Tom in the Haas. I think I would be in there instead of in front, if that makes sense. But I think I could still definitely be up there.
Yeah, and do you think you are? Do you think you'll be able to maybe challenge for the championship?
I don't actually know. I don't know how many races there have been this season, because this is
Uh,
the first race I scored points, so
This
potentially
was
not.
round 1. No, this was round 6. So I don't know how many rounds there are though.
I don't know. I'd say I'll try and challenge for more race wins and podiums,
Yeah.
but I don't really know about championship. I'm just gonna try and quickly look.
Yeah.
First place, 53 points going into Spain. I mean, yeah, I'm already up there. I think I'm, I'd say about top 7.
Yeah, well,
believe.
I think that'll be a good yeah. I think you
Yeah. Potentially.
be able to do well. Yeah. But that's all the questions I have for you today, and I
Cheers,
hope
thank you.
I can see more performances in future races.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for entertaining me for the past 2 hours. I loved it.
No worries. Have a good
Goodbye.
evening.
Have a good evening.
Thanks.
And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, that is round 6 of the Wednesday, Wicked Wednesday Race League here in Fortune Racing. Thank you all for tuning in, whoever was in the stream. We had some great battles, we had some sad moments, but overall it was a great result, and I hope I see you all next round. Right, everyone have a good night, peace out, and next week we are at the really really bad track that I hate the most. Paul Ricard. It's not actually that bad, but hope you will have a good night, and I can't wait to see you all in La France